Welcome to the first episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. First of all, let me start by saying that I am an expert in this field, and if there was a certification, I would be the first one to get it. So, what you will find in this episode of the podcast, I will literally tell you what women want. All strategies, every single one of them have been tested on several women, and all works on any woman, any age, let's say up to 99% of success. The thing about women is, they are not actually very different to each other. All they want is basically what every human wants, such as respect and being nice to them. But if you be too nice, you lose. Or if they suspect that you are into them, you lose. No matter the age, they like to chase. They don't like to be chased. If you chase them, you lose. If you be too nice to them, you lose. Too bad, again you lose. You need to maintain the balance. You need to be like you do not care a lot. Because if they see you are caring, you lose. Easy, right? We all lose. But there are some things that women cannot resist, such as age, weight, and appearance or changes. Tell them, oh, you look way younger, and this works on every woman. Or just say, oh, you have lost some weight, didn't you? Or you look younger, and again, works on every woman. These are starter conversations if you want to get some attention on you. Or if you know them for some time, you can always say the same age-related compliment to get bonus and it works. And again, compliment woman by age and this works all the time. Is she 30 years old? Tell them you look like early 20s. Is she 40? Tell them early 30s. And do not jump from 50 to 20 as it won't be believable, but jumping 10 years is fine. And it really works. An appearance? Yes. Is she wearing red? Then you need to say, red is definitely your color. Or is she wearing blue? Oh, blue is definitely your color. Green, definitely your color. Works all the time. But after complimenting, you should leave the scene. Do not stand there like you are waiting for a reply. Just compliment and leave, as I said before. They like to chase. If you stand there, like after a compliment, you might lose because you need to be precise. Do your compliment, for example, red is definitely your color. Between friends or alone, doesn't matter. And leave the scene. Women will start thinking about this compliment if you leave them like that. But if you keep talking about red dresses or stuff, the compliment will fly away. Because being mysterious always works. Being unpredictable and being less normal. These are the small excitements for women as they will want to explore you. If you two are chatting for some time, or you know each other for a longer time, let's say she asked you this, have you noticed anything new on me or about me, and you have no clue? Probably hair or shoes that you would never guess. We, men, cannot even see a major difference, but women are different. Even a single tone of change in one single hair can be a big change, and they see that much better than us. So yes, let's say they asked you, have you noticed anything new on me? This is the reply that you should say. Yes, I do. Your beauty surprises me every day. That's it. That's how you nail it. The only secret is you need to be looking into her eyes while talking, as all women want that. You cannot compliment them by looking elsewhere or the floor. Eye contact is essential, but you got it right. You need to say, yes, I do. Your beauty surprises me every day. Another scenario about appearance is, let's say, you noticed the difference, a small detail, or a new object, or just nails. Do not wait and just say, nice nails, I noticed. This is it, just 4 words, nice nails, I noticed. This will leave a blush on their face, and they will think that they are noticeable, which they also like and enjoy. If you can't find any changes or anything on them, just tell them that nice bag or nice jacket, anything works. Even though the bag is about 10 years old, this will work. Speaking of bags and jackets, women notice the brands and they value how and what you wear. So always put on something nice, clean and quality items on you, because they love accessorizes, and especially with stories. Just put a friendship bracelet on your arm and tell them this has a very special meaning. It doesn't have to be trying to be mysterious, remember? Unless you are very tall and have a muscular body, try to avoid comfy trousers or hoodies. You need to stick with better items, as charisma is very important. And another thing about compliments are, women do not forget, okay? So remember that they never forget, especially a compliment with a precise eye contact. This is the key. Don't forget that either. Eye contact is a must. Be a charmer. It's a good perk. Always compliments, do not chase. Be unpredictable, trustable, but unpredictable. You still need to be a trustable person in any cases. Maintain the balance of being nice. As said before, they don't like it if you are too nice, and if you say yes to everything. They like playing games no matter how old they are. They are the same, and luck is important, and also the opportunity. Luck alone does not work. You need to take the opportunity as well. Luck will only grant you to be in the right place, right time. But if you don't take the opportunity, it may be lost. So take the opportunity and have courage. Remember, ladies like men who have courage. Of course, the way you look is another part, and they go for the looks. However, it also comes from your confidence. Let's say you are in a group and the topic is about prettiness or being pretty or something similar like that, and she asked, "Do you think I'm beautiful?" Well, if she's asking that one-to-one, you are probably already in a relationship. But if you are just friends or colleagues or just someone you like, there is a good answer to this. Okay, so she asked, "Do you think I'm beautiful girl or a pretty woman?" Now, again, maintain the eye contact, do not say a thing for a second or two, have a deep breath and start talking like this. "I just paused for a second to admire your beauty." Or you may continue like, "Sorry, what was the question again?" But yes, you nailed it. The only true answer to "Am I beautiful?" is, "I just paused for a second to admire your beauty." Maintaining the balance is not that easy, I know, but it is the way of success. You shouldn't be too nice or too caring or too rude or too forgetful. There's a balance which you should try to adapt. When you see someone you like, you cannot just go all the time and be nice around her. This will make you lose. But instead, you need to be like you don't care a lot, because if they feel you are into them, the chances of getting her decreases harshly. If you see them in one morning, do not be the first one who says good morning. Try to be like you haven't seen or noticed them. Let the women be the first to say the good morning. Otherwise, if you constantly be there, you'll either get ignored or friend zoned. Like I said before, women like chasing. If you run to them, they will run away faster. Instead, let them run to you. They love games and excitement, no matter the age. Speaking of relationships, there is a life hack that I want to share. But this life hack will probably make women hate me. However, I'm a cute one, and so hopefully this will only make them laugh. So let's say you are in a relationship, could be a partner or a wife, husband, or just girlfriend, boyfriend, it doesn't matter. And your mates are planning a weekend event for boys only, and you really want to go there. You cannot just ask for permission. You need to follow these professional steps if you want to go there. First, tell your partner that your friends are planning an event which you think it's very stupid and you would never go there. That's it. Leave it for hours or for a day. Then start saying that, "Oh dear, They have been inviting me, but no, I would never go there. They're calling me, texting me, but no, never. This is the second step, okay? Leave it for another day. And you won't believe, but the next day she will come to you and ask you to go there. And this is how it works. Got it? Simple, right? Day one, tell her about the event. Tell her you are not going. Second day, tell her that they are inviting you and insisting, but you would never do it. Next day, tada, she is asking you to go there. This is a life hack and works in every normal relationship. Please, women, do not hate me for sharing this hack, but I know that you are all marvelous, beautiful flowers, and I'm a cute guy, so please forgive me. And okay, in order to make you ladies forgive me, I will share something that you would love, as I know that sometimes you like to be understood. So here it is. You ask them where to go for lunch or dinner. Could be for a special occasion or just a regular catch up or something. The key point here is, if they are giving you options, you will need to choose the first option. Yeah. So if she's asking or telling about a place at first, you will go to that place. You cannot suggest anywhere else, as the first option women give is the only option they want to go. If you had any plans to go to a different venue with her, just forget it and stick with the option one. They might say it is fine, but no, it is not fine. And if they are offering to meet or do something for a specific day, you cannot ask them to change the day, because you should know that it will only work on the day she asked. That day is the only day. I mean, if a woman is asking, shall we meet on Thursday, you cannot say, could it be Friday? No, it is Thursday or never. So, another subject here is, women don't like repeating themselves. So this means don't ask the same question again. In fact, try to surprise them by remembering what she said before. It doesn't need to be something that would bring your attention. The subject could be anything. Just memorize some details and use them for later. Again, surprise is a good element to win, and listen and talk. When they talk, try to understand. Don't try to just respond, but understand. And if they are listening to you, it means that they are interested, so do not lose the opportunity and talk about whatever you can. Again, don't forget, never ask the same question, as it would look like you are not giving attention, and don't forget that they love attention, so you need to feed that urge in order to succeed. Speaking of feeding, this reminds me of some cheap dating sites where two people swipe and find each other, while one is up to some good time while the other is up to some free food. If this happens to you, don't feel bad and just point them to the nearest food bank. That is all you should do, trust me. Some women, well, especially most of them nowadays, thanks to the social media, they all love traveling and they all want to explore the world. Holiday after another holiday. Sorry, ladies, but there is no such life like that. You are targeting only one in a billion and asking this to every man you meet. Yes, the idea of traveling and endless holidays seem nice, but not everybody can do that. It is like I said, one in a billion. So maybe do not mention traveling in every single conversation, as it is not the reality. And for my fellow gentlemen, just turn this into your advantage. If you have social media, just post something that tells that you are constantly traveling. This will make some people jealous. However, after stacking lots of travel adventures, this will be a very good sign for those who are seeking travel mates. Well, we are coming to the end of the very first episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, and I am hoping to talk more about dating on the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed and you had a good time listening to this podcast of mine, and you may find me on Spotify as well. I have songs, as I am also a musician. And you may contact me on social media platforms such as Instagram. My name is Burak Cinar, and please do not hesitate to ask or suggest or tell me whatever you wish to say. And yeah, good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. The balance, not very nice, not very rude. Don't forget compliments. Say, I do, your beauty surprises me every day. And say, I just paused for a second to admire your beauty. And don't forget about the life hack. You do not want to go to that event with your friends? Tell her you don't want it, and a few days later, see how she is insisting on for you to go. Works all the time. Now, at the second episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I will tell you about online dating. And this will take more than one episode, as this is a very big topic to tell. Let me say, now there are tons of apps and websites that offer dating services. However, there are only a few that you may find someone to date. I'm not gonna tell the names, but you should know which ones I mean. As you may have heard or seen, or maybe experienced, there are also lots of fake profiles that you should be aware. It is not only men, but also women profiles, asking for money and stuff. You may also seen that if you are matched with someone from, let's say, 4,000 miles away from you, they will ask money from you in order to come and visit you. I tell them, why don't you pay me so I could come and visit you? Anyway, aside from the jokes and fake profiles, there are still lots of them around who wants to date. Let me tell you, have you heard about the term gold digger? This is the main topic that I will focus on in this episode. So I'm assuming you're aware of the term gold digging. This is the 90% of women on those apps. They basically dig for gold. In other words, they are there to find rich men. And yes, it is 90% of them, or maybe more. You'll see on their profiles. They say, oh, I'm seeking for my soulmate. This means they are seeking for money. Or they say, I'm here to find my lifelong partner. It means they are here to find men with money. This is most of them. It's disgusting, I know. They match with you, they ask you to take you for a date, they'll try to understand how willingly you are to spend money, asking, I wonder who would buy this bottle of wine that costs about £200 while looking at the menu, but in here it's not the small talk that they do. In fact, they're trying to understand how loaded you are. Please be aware of those disgusting gold diggers. They are all liars, but sadly, you will learn by experience, because such things can only be learned by experience. Just do not believe any of them and learn from your mistakes. They might seem real, but all of them are the same. They are there for money, nothing else. Okay, so speaking of experience, here is one. Let's say there's a lady who looks very nice and pretty. Let's say she finds out that you are into her, but she is always rejecting you because you are an average guy. She's saying that, do not waste my time, I'm here to find a rich millionaire guy. So you are trying to find the rich guy? Okay, that's honest. I appreciate it, really, I respect it. But let me ask you one question. If you were a rich guy, or if you were the rich guy, would you buy a new car? Or would you buy a problematic old second-hand car? Huh? Just think about it. And tell me again, do you think you can really find a rich millionaire while you are the second-hand problematic car? Honestly, who are you and who do you think you are that you would think that You could end up with a rich, very rich guy. Why would any rich guy go and take someone from the rubbish bin? I would find someone who is similar to me also. I wouldn't go and pick a problematic, possibly with mental issues. And I wouldn't ruin my life with that second-hand car. I would go and buy the new car. Honestly, just have some brains, nothing else. Well, it is good to be honest and good not to waste time, okay? But have some reality. You all of the gold diggers are spending all your time and energy to find the one in a billion. Or maybe even less. And all of you in the end, you end up with misery and loneliness. Oh, the life has passed. All finished? Yeah. What have you achieved? Have you found the gold? No, of course not. Maybe some free food during the journey. Does it worth it? Yep, gold digger, sorry to break it for you. But this is what you will get in the end. Spoiler here. None of you will ever find the gold. This is the reality. I'm not saying the chances are small. No, the chances are zero. You gold diggers, you will all get what you all deserve. Another experience. Okay, so let's say you really liked someone and you think that she is also into you. As I advised before, do not trust. Instead, test them. Tell them you don't have a house, you don't have a flat, you don't have a car, you don't have anything barely affording, but tell them this will change as you are working on it. Do not go and tell them that you are struggling and will struggle all in your life, as it will be the real deal breaker, as nobody would want someone like that. Try to balance it. Tell them that you had a good life, but at the moment you lost some of them or most of them. But you are still trying to get better, or you are recovering, something like that. Just test them and see how they react. The gold diggers will not want to see you again. They will say, oh, maybe we shouldn't date anymore. That's good. That's actually good. The test worked. Or some try to understand about your plans or what assets you have at the moment. They will still give you a small chance. But again, these questions should be the red flags on what kind of gold diggers they are. Just tell them you don't have a house and look at her face. You will see the change. Her eyes will possibly tell, what the hell I'm doing here. You can feel that. It is time to leave. Let the gold diggers dig for nothing. Do not feel shamed or embarrassed, as said before. That is what they deserve. Well, again, here we are at the end of the very second episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. So we focused on a very dangerous kind of women, the gold diggers. But it was the reality. I'm trying to help here, however, I'm hoping to be more positive at the third episode as we will continue with online dating. Good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. Gold diggers. Be very careful of them. Remember, 90% of them are gold diggers on the dating apps. And now, at this very third episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, we'll focus on having a better profile that stands out the crowd. Not easy, but not that difficult either. I know there are thousands of profiles, but listen to me now. Looks is very important. No matter they say that they don't go for the looks anymore, it is a lie. All of them are going for the looks first. It is more important than you think. Also, women will notice any single detail on your pictures. Make sure you upload your best pictures. Do not rush, take it easy. take your time, upload the bests. It is like, yeah, you're selling yourself in a job interview. Basically, it's the same. Sorry guys, but you made it to yourselves. If you swipe right every many human you see on these apps, women will think they are goddess, and their nose will look up. Sorry guys, honestly, you did this. You swiped everybody right, and now all the women is like picking the man, the same as they do shopping. How do I know that? I also created a woman profile once to see what's going on. I didn't message anyone, but whoever I swiped right, it said it is a match. Whoever I swiped, it is a match, it's a match, a match. Honestly, guys, telling you again, you did this to yourselves. I know it is men's nature, quantity over quality, but swiping right, everyone made the quantity lesser with the least quality. Do you know what I mean? This made women think that they could get whoever they want, whenever they want, or whatever they want. Like I said before, women are using these apps like they are doing online shopping because they know that whoever they swipe right will be their match. Anyway, the profiles. Yes, I advised before. It is the picture quality that makes it stand out. Do not try to write something, especially never use AI as everybody can now understand that. So maybe just a very short sentence, like here for good relationships, or no need to write long sentences as nobody reads anymore. Everybody is busy these days. Even after you match, they will still say that they are too busy. Then why the hell you are here? Nevertheless, it is not something you should think about. This means they have already done their research on you and they are moving on, so probably it was a gold digger and doesn't want to date with you. That's why they are very busy in the first place. Don't worry, keep it shining. Your profile will stand out with your best pictures. And after you get a match, do not just say hi or just how are you. Come on, try to pretend that you found the love of your life. Did you see her in a green dress? I mean, on the pictures. Say green is definitely your color. Or blue dress? Blue is definitely your color. These small sentences will also make it stand out as a second step. But if you just say hi, they will reply back with hi and it won't go on. But if you start it by a compliment, I'm sure you will get it there. Another start a conversation would be saying something like, I know you must have heard this before lots of times, but you have a very lovely face or lovely eyes. I think you got what I mean. No woman would like to see your dull message by only saying hi or how are you or how it's going. Remember, whoever they swipe right is their match. Never forget that. And guys, please also keep this in mind that no woman would want to see your body parts. So do not send them pictures like that. Believe me, it is not how it works. Or your hairy chests, honestly. Have some sense. If you get a good response after your body pictures, you should be sure that it is a man, not a woman, behind that profile. So it might go to nasty places. And in the end, you maybe ended up paying them or to remove your pictures, something like that. Anyway, after having the match and the good small talk, just do not make this mistake by inviting them to somewhere very quickly or asking their numbers or even social medias. Just try to keep the conversation that day. Do not leave any message without a question so that it keeps going. And if it keeps going, you should give it a few days. Then maybe you could ask if they would want some coffees or drinks one day. I'm telling you, you will get positive reply. close to 100%, as it wouldn't keep going if they were not interested in you. Here is another thing that I should address, which is the distance, as you wouldn't want to travel miles to have a coffee, so I would suggest limiting the distance. And at the other side of the view, don't forget that women always use a filter on height. So unless you are very tall or you lied, you won't be able to find many matches. Well, it is the truth, but don't lie. I'm not telling you to lie, don't get me wrong, never lie. If you are 5.7, maybe you can say 5.8, but never go above 6 feet. This is something that losers do, so be honest with yourself and never lie, you'll still get good matches. Yet, again, I will repeat this, but it is the pictures that make your profile stand out. So use all the 9 spots to upload your pictures, and don't forget the small details, small sentences like reading a book at the beach or with family and friends, as these small details will make them think, oh, he's such a family guy. Well, again, you learn them by experience. However, it's okay to learn by mistakes, which is very okay. But guys, please don't swipe everybody you see. It is not how it should work. You destroyed the whole system. Now every woman think they are a goddess, every single one of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed again by listening this third episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, and hopefully I will tell about offline dating at the next one, which is finding someone at the streets or at the pub or anywhere outside. You'll see. So, good luck and many thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. What was that at the last episode? It was all on you guys, remember? You swiped right without filtering. So now we cannot be picky on our choices. But at this very fourth episode of What Women Want by Cinar, I will tell about offline dating. It is, in other words, the old school way of dating, when everything and the days were much easier. There were no swiping and no apps, so all we were going out to find a date on a bus stop, at a pub, in a concert, or in a simple cafe. It was much easier. We used to look at them, and when we got the response, we used to go and talk, and that's it. But now things have changed, and I'm not going to tell about those old days. Instead, I will tell about the tactics of old school dating in these years. Now, when I look around, I see all the people are not aware how easy it can be. It is actually more natural and organic. When you go and talk to someone in a pub, for example, I'm not talking about a pub where families sit and eat, as it would be inappropriate. I'm talking about the pubs where events happen, such as meetups, or a pub when people go and start dancing. Of course, these kinds of pubs and meetups can only be found in larger cities, such as London. But in small towns, they do speed dating, which I wouldn't suggest, as it is something done with around 30 or 40 people, if you know, and you sit with someone for only 2 or 3 minutes, and then you swipe, and in the end you choose, or you get chosen to have a date, and obviously it's a mutual choice. But do you really think 2 or 3 minutes is enough? No. Another point is they ask money to join these kinds of events. Listen to me, you do not need such events. It is for very desperate people. Instead, again, you need to wear smart, stay away from casual, dress smart and clean. If you're alone, that's okay. If you're with a friend, this is also okay, but if you are with more than 2 people, then it is not okay. It's a crowd, a gathering, where your chances get very low. So maximum number, I would say, is 2 people. So let's say you are alone. All you need to do is you just need to hang at the bar with your drink. If you go and sit somewhere with your drink and start looking at your phone, you will not have any chances. Very, very low. But if you hang at the bar with your smart dress, with your drink in hand, you will be targeted by some ladies. Charisma is really important. Just don't forget not to drink a lot. Another scenario is, let's say you are all alone but you want to do the first step. If there's a dance platform, you will need to be at the stage. That's all you need to do. No dance platform, but only bar and tables. Then all you need to do is following the eyes. If you catch an eye that is on you, you need to do your move. What's there to hesitate? She's there for a reason. You are there for a reason. So what's stopping you? Take the opportunity. Nothing to lose. So let's say you are with a friend. Again, it is much easier than being alone, as you both could potentially raise the encourage of each other. You need to look like you are really enjoying the life, very much enjoying. If you stay there with your friends without talking or without laughing, no one will give an eye. You need to be as cheerful as you can get, both of you. You will be approached by some company, almost 100% sure. Someone will catch it, and you will be targeted. I'm not saying they will come to your table and start talking, but this is how it will happen. They will go to the bar, they will stand next to you, pretending like checking the drinks or the menu. All they want is you to talk to them. Yes, you still need to do the first step. Again, don't forget, you are all there for the same reason. Being in the pub is the easiest way, but you cannot live in a pub. So let's say you are walking during the day all by yourself, or a better one, if you have a dog, statistically speaking, your chances will be doubled 10 times. It is so easy when you have a dog and walking in a park. Small and cute dogs are women magnets, especially if they also have a dog. This is the perfect opportunity. Just don't rush, give it some time. But are you in a crowded place, let's say in a city? Here is something that might work. Let's say your small dog is a barking dog and barks at everyone. Did your dog bark at a very pretty girl and she was scared? Then say this: sorry, my dog only barks at pretty girls. Or the other way around. Are you the one without the dog and the pretty girl is walking with the dog? Oh, what a cute owner. Well, not encouraging you to be annoying, but small jokes like that won't hurt. Another important point is, women don't like to be stalked, so especially on the streets, never stalk a woman, it's not good. Instead, try to make them approach you. If you are doing your routine walk and see someone on their routine walk as well, you may start saying hi, and you may initiate some small talk that will be more than welcoming. Or if you see someone a few times, let's say more than 4 or 5, next time you may also start talking. It will be fine. The thing is, you shouldn't do this at the first time. Remember, this offline dating, and they are not on the streets with the same reason now. So we talked about pubs, parks and walks. What about some events such as concerts? It is as easy as the scenario at the pub. They're probably there for some fun, but I don't think any woman would object if you offered some drinks. They will only quickly analyze you by the looks and what kind of dress you're wearing, and they will say either yes or no. If it is a yes, then go for it. If it is a no, then don't. No is no. If a woman that you don't know anything about is saying no, it is definitely no. Don't push for it. Do you want to be more natural and organic? Then stay active. Go to a gym, go to the cinema, go for walks, nature walks, join a course, learn something new, socialize, but do not stay at home. There are lots of groups that meet and do stuff together. Just join them. Let it happen naturally. Well, here we are again at the end of the episode 4. I talked about offline dating and I hope I was able to give some valuable information. Good luck and thank you all for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar, we talked about organic and natural, old school dating, which is still the best way to find the best partner. And now, at this very 5th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I will tell you about time wasters, money wasters, food wasters. This class is worse than the gold diggers, maybe the worst. Remember, at least the gold diggers were being honest. These type of women could also be honest, or over honest, or very dishonest. It actually depends on how desperate they are. So first of all, time wasters. You will see them on the dating apps, of course, not around in real life. But they will only hide behind their keyboards or behind their phones. These types are usually women who are not sure what they want. They say they like freedom and they say they like to be single, but they are all around on these apps wasting time. Not only wasting men's, but also their own time. They cannot decide what they want, what they need. They look very friendly because they are only into endless chats. And some of them hide behind fake names or even fake profiles. They fear too much of change and they usually have confidence issues. Believe me, these types would never make you happy. They resist change. They fear change. It's because they are happy in their own misery. It cannot be changed. And why would you want them to change or try? Those are the real deal, 100% legit time wasters. Nothing else. So, honestly, trust me, leave them in their miseries. The only thing about them is, you cannot spot them easily. You need to chat with them for some time and you need to get it after hearing some specific keywords that I have just mentioned, which are: what am I doing in these dating apps? I'm so busy. I actually like to be single. And those silent keywords, which are saying nothing, I mean, not answering after you ask for their number or just getting connected on some social media. They will just stay silent. They won't even respond. So only one of these keywords are more than enough to understand they are those kinds. And secondly, money wasters. These types are usually see this dating as a profession. They might say they are seeking for a long-term relationship, but they only ask for casual dates, nothing more. Just one date in an expensive restaurant. Well, of course, they first get to know you to get the most of the dating, but no worries. Even if you offer them an average restaurant, they will still be there for you for the date. That's because you're paying it all. It doesn't matter a lot. All they actually seek is a good 1 or 2 hours in a restaurant where they can freely eat and drink and have a good time. As mentioned before, they see this like a profession. Well, in fact, if you need to have some experience in this dating, those types are the best. You can get the whole idea after having some meals with them. Consider this paying for a training or paying for an education and try to experience everything. Never expect more because it will end after you pay the check. So yes, take it as you paid for a training. Those types are the least dangerous ones on those apps, so they'll always show up at the promised place at the exact time, not 5 minutes early or late, and they will be there with their full best dresses, full makeup, from hair to nails, everything perfect. Like I said, they take this very seriously. Well, because basically all they want is some company. They want to feel like a real woman again. They want someone to admire them. That's all they want. That's why they are on these apps, just to feel like a woman again, and for somebody to admire them. And the last one, the lowest of all, food wasters. Those are beyond honest. For example, as they simply say, excuse me, but they say, feed me and I'll make you happy. Yeah, that really is a thing. Simple, right? But also sad. I mean, how could anyone be that low? It's how the world shaped itself, I guess. Feed me and I'll make you happy. That's a shame. I wish to tell something more about this. Imagine a food waster type, but it is at the goddess level of that. She is saying, I will bring 3 of my children with me. They will sit at the next table and they will order whatever they want and you will pay all of it. Seriously, it's not a joke. Just go on these apps. I'm not joking, you'll find these types a lot. Could be 3 children or just 1 or maybe 6 with some extra grandchildren as well, but this is real. Just take them to the council's food bank, really, and leave them there. Or go for it. If you are dating with someone who asks you to feed her children at the same restaurant as well, and if you are expecting this, then go for it. You deserve everything. I feel like you must be very desperate, so yeah, go for it. Well, again, coming to the end of episode 5 of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, so forgive me if I overshared and forgive me if I said something not very nice. I merely spoke the truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So I hope you enjoyed. Good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. Remember, we talked about the time wasters who usually say, I'm very busy all the time and waste your time. And money wasters who see dating as a profession and all they seek is nonsense, casual dates. And the food wasters who want you to feed their family. And now, at this very 6th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, the topic will be the life wasters. Life wasters, who are they? Ex-wives, ex-partners, ex-girlfriends maybe, or combined? Yes, exactly, they are the life wasters, aren't they? Firstly, let me tell you guys, having a wife and a child, having a family, doesn't mean that you are winning in this life. Do not see this as a win. In fact, it is dangerous. Because, simple, this can also be your undoing. Especially if a wife or a partner causes you to waste your life. You only have one life. Don't forget that. One precious life. So mark my words, choose wisely. It is much, much, much better being alone than having a partner or wife who destroys everything and ruins your life. When you're both young, you would never guess what kind of woman she will evolve into. It is actually both of you that evolves, but men usually adapt. However, human evolution is not always adaptive. Instead, they try to change the man who they loved. Then they don't like the change, and it becomes too late. They just cannot be happy as a family. It is never enough for a woman. And when everything ends, women always blame men. Have you ever seen a woman who says that she was the problem? No, they are always the victim. They slowly drain your life and then see an empty, ruined man in their life. In other words, instead of making them better and being the queen of the king, they turn men into slaves and they become the wives of the slaves. They see other potentially fake couples. They read about the famous people's lives. They watch people's fake posts on social media. And when they look at their family, they cannot be happy. They just cannot. Especially if they see you are relaxing. This really bothers them. They want you to suffer. But why? Because you couldn't give her the life as she saw on the fake social media. I guess that's why. But let's say you did. You actually gave her a life that she saw on the social media. Do you think it will make her happy? Of course not. Because there is a better place or a better life somewhere. You took her to a 7 days holiday. For example, she asks, why not 10 days? You take her to a 5-star hotel. She asks, why this hotel? While there are other better ones. You tell her that, get whatever you want from this shop. Do you think giving her an endless money option will make her happy? Definitely not. This time she will say, you should have set a budget. Yeah? Then you must be asking, what possibly could ever make that kind of woman happy? The answer is simply nothing. Because she evolved into something. This is her final form. Nothing will ever make her happy. Do not try anymore. It is like trying to fill a cracked cup with water. But then you will be the one to be blamed for the cracked cup with water for this evolution. However, it's not true. They did this to themselves. It was not your fault, not you to blame. And the outcome of all this, single moms everywhere. Some say she wouldn't be a single mom if she was a goodie. Well, this is not necessarily true, but also not necessarily false. There are too many mean and cruel and mentally diseased men all around as well, or some losses caused by some health issues or some unfortunate events. Yes, I'm not saying I'm not aware of these. Of course, I'm very well aware of this. However, I'm focusing on those who couldn't manage to have the happy life while everything was great or even perfect. If you are destroying your family because of a routine life without serious problems, then sorry, but you're not the victim here. You only wasted the life of your partner. Not only your partner, but also yours. And if there's a child involved, I'm terribly sorry for the child of yours. Especially for those women who had a tough childhood and having revenge by ruining her own family. This is true. There are lots of them around. The mentally ill life wasters. So again, the life wasters, wasting everything, leaving nothing. How can they be happy again? They cannot. They don't have the ability, or they just lost it. Now, everybody deserves a second chance, maybe a third chance, but believe me, give them 10 chances and the outcome will still be the same. Yes, they deserve second chances or more. I'm only telling you the outcome, not being a judge or something. Only telling the outcome, so don't hate me. It's the hatred in those hearts that you should blame. And starting over, do you think they can or we can all start over? I don't think so. Once broken cannot be fully repaired, or maybe some people are meant to be lonely. I read it somewhere. They say you might be lonely, but you are not alone. This is actually very true. If your time and life is wasted by someone, do not give up. It is okay to be single. It is okay to stand up and keep going. And of course, some people will judge you, they will criticize you for that. They will start asking you such questions like, why aren't you having a girlfriend or partner? Why aren't you dating? Or etc. Like questions like that. Do you know there's a very simple answer that will shut every question? Simply say that I have no money for that. This will literally kill these questions. Okay. Let them think you are struggling or broke at the moment. That is absolutely fine. They wouldn't care anyway. Some wants you to suffer and some truly doesn't care at all. Just find your peace, regain your strength, and live your life. Even if you think a few left. But still, a life is a life. Don't let anyone take those away from you. Like we say to ourselves, man up, get up and man up. And again, coming to the end of the 6th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. It was not a funny episode, I know, but I told you the truth. Even though it hurts, the truth is the truth. See you at the next episode. Good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. We talked about the life wasters, didn't we? But also we talked about standing up. So don't forget, you might be lonely, but you're not alone. And now, at this very 7th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I promise I'll make it funnier. And today's topic will be the famous 6 figures. What are those 6 figures? Or where did they come from? Or who made them up? Well, basically, this came out from the rubbish dating apps, where mostly single moms trying to find someone with an annual salary of more than £100,000, and secondly, the 6-foot majority of them now are looking for someone very tall and a six-pack. Only some of them are interested in some well-shaped body, but of course the most important one nowadays is the 6-figure salary. Then comes the 6-foot height, and six-pack follows the last. You guys might be thinking that the other side must be having all of these similarities, but you're wrong. That single mom, for example, who is asking for a 6-figure salary is most likely someone with the lowest salary or not even working, but is on benefits to raise 5 or 6 children. Or the one who asks for 6 foot tall is someone who is the chubbiest of all. The funny thing is, they will tell you that they have curvy body. It's not a curvy body, you are only fat. And for these 6-packers, do you think you built your body for someone who has the perfect body? No, probably a 6-pack seeker is someone even hairier than you, or the most desperate ones. Seriously, ladies, it's your last few years until AI will take over, and you will see the men will go with the robots that make them happy without any drama, without headache, and while you will be there asking for your 6 figures. Be real, not everybody can have those. And when they have these 6 figures, do you think they will look at you? This goes to my previous example. Remember, some women are hunting the millionaires, the gold diggers. Remember now, if you were the millionaire, would you buy a new good car or go for a scrapyard or a junkyard to find a problematic second-hand car? Not second, possibly third or fourth or maybe fifth. Anyway, you got the point. Nevertheless, jokes on you ladies. I know a lot of guys now that write 6.3 foot on their profile even though they are less than 6. But you deserve it. This criteria you put should be realistic. And guys, you can say, I am 6.3 when I jump. Really, do it. Or even 6.5 if you can jump higher. This goes same as 6-packs. Everybody have a 6-pack, right? But most of them are hidden behind some tummy fat. But we all still have it, so that wouldn't be a lie. So go for it, guys. Say I have 6-pack, but well hidden. And for the most important criteria, the 6-figure salary, say that you are on 6-figure salary, but not annually, but in every 3 years or 2 years. Again, not a lie. So guys, really go for it because they deserve it. Say you are 6.3 foot, but only when you jump. Say you have 6-pack, but well hidden. Say you have 6-figure salary, but in every 2 or 3 years. Jokes aside, don't forget that if some woman is putting that much criteria, believe me, it doesn't worth it. You should only expect this if they have the similarities. Like, if she is 6 foot tall too, yes, then of course she should demand someone like her. Or same goes with the salary. If she is on such high salary or such some high position, it is more than okay to ask for the same. And six pack as well. If they have the perfect body, it's their right for asking the same. However, we are not focusing on those, right? I'm talking about those cars from the junkyard, right? It is very funny, isn't it? But imagine, 1 in a billion. Just imagine a single mom with 6 angels finding a rich millionaire guy and getting married. Just imagine. I know it cannot even be something imaginable, but try. And also imagine a few months later, now maybe a few weeks, the rich guy is losing his everything. And possible, right? Because it's life. Anything could happen in a day. What would happen to the happily married couple then? Do you think that the same woman would stick around and support them? No, never. She wouldn't even stay for a minute. I mean, come on, both ladies and guys, be a bit realistic. Do not rely your life on lottery. Would you do it? No, you don't, because it's common sense. Well, guys, if you're suffering from those 6 figures, just hang on. Like I said, AI will be there for you. You just born a little bit early. Not your fault. And you are not losers, don't forget that. The real losers are those who seek the 6 figures. It's okay if you are not born 6 foot or have a body that cannot have 6-pack or not lucky enough to have the 6-figure salary. Those are absolutely okay. Especially regarding the 6-figure salary. If this society tells you that you are not worthy of a woman because that you are broke or on low salary, then they have no right to tell you to stick to one woman once you are rich or on a higher salary. That society can tell anything as they are jealous and sick-minded. It doesn't have to be a society, it could even be your friend or some co-worker. It's actually your own circle, but it doesn't matter. Or let me say it from the perspective of the other side. A woman who deems a man unworthy when he is down has no right to demand his loyalty once he has found wealth. Another point here, guys, I mean, don't hate me, but speaking reality here, it could be the situation when you are trying to find someone who is way beyond your league. Okay, there are some whose leagues do not match, but be real, guys, stick to your league and you will find love in no time, believe me. Also, guys, don't forget that having relationships and especially raising families are expensive. Seriously. If you are into that, you should focus on working your thing out first. Right, again, don't give up and be strong and stay away from the 6-figure seekers. Because they are the money wasters, time wasters, food wasters, and most importantly, life wasters. Long story short, they are the real losers. And yep, this is the end of the 7th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. I hope you had some good time and marked my words. So, good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. We talked about the 6 figures, right? In a funny way. Remember, you could say you are 6.3 foot when you jump, or have 6-figure salary but in 2 or 3 years, or have 6-pack but well hidden. It was actually a fun episode. And now, at this very 8th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I will talk about something basic, which is learning. The term learning has a very wide meaning, but in here, this is about having some basic knowledge about everything when you are having a communication with a woman. Every woman like testing a man with his knowledge, even with a very small detail, such as a history or today's news. Do never tell them that you will Google it and find out. This is a complete disaster. You have to have some basic and fresh knowledge of everything. This is why this episode is about learning. Every woman likes to be with someone who knows things. You don't need to know every single fact about the subject. Just have some enough basic knowledge to spark or continue a discussion on some random simple stuff. They also value a good memory. In fact, being smart is always a winning tool. Speaking of memory, you can fascinate them by remembering a very small detail from years ago, or something that she said during a small talk. This makes them see that you are smart as well as you are paying attention. Those are the small but very effective winning tools. When you are in a group, do not stay quiet. Make sure that you look like knowledgeable. When the subject, for example, if it is economy, make sure you know the interest rates at the moment. This is just an example, and don't forget that. Don't do that mistake by saying, oh, let me Google it and find out. Or if the subject is about a book, make sure you know the author, or about some history, make sure you have some basic knowledge of it, and keep talking. Women actually listen, and when they listen, this means they are interested. So keep talking, but no babbling. they can easily understand that you are babbling at, and this ends the good moments. Every woman likes smart and well-spoken men, and they love facts. Give them facts, feed them with facts. Is she talking about a car? Just tell them a fun fact about that manufacturer. Or is she talking about a pet? Tell them you used to have that pet when you were a child and give them a fact. Learn some facts, they're both fun and helpful indeed. And as I said before, strong and confident men. We are talking about normal relationships. This is not about those gold diggers or wasters. All about normal women and men. You must be thinking now, what is normal? Well, normal is normal, and you know what I mean. Anyway, especially if you are trying to impress a woman with your knowledge, you need to learn a lot. And as in the headline, you need to do it continuously. You may be very good at your work and have a good reputation, but they don't know that. And you need to sell yourself every time. Are you trying to be a charmer? It goes well with words and goes really well with being smart. Don't forget eye contact and say this. Has anyone ever looked at you in the eye like the way they looked at the stars? And I don't think any woman could resist this. Such words like this. It's not that difficult to memorize charming sentences like that. You can come up with them as well, not that difficult. Just keep them in your mind. At least 3 or 4 will do. This leads to learning. Now you got it, right? Continuous improvement, as same as every business. You need to keep learning, continue improving the techniques, the tactics, and rest will follow. And one day you will see the change in you. So stop chilling, but read. Read and learn. Be a funny guy, but also smart. Be the nice guy, but also mean. Have confidence, but maintain the balance. This goes back to the first episode, right? But let me repeat this again before moving on to a life hack. Listen and memorize. Has anyone ever looked at you in the eye like the way they looked at the stars? Very cool, right? Okay, so here comes the life hack. Another hack regarding the relationships. This is actually a lifesaver hack. Let me start by saying that if you both are a very valuable present and said, consider this as your birthday gift along with all gifts throughout the year, including like Valentine's Day gift or Women's Day gift or Christmas gift. You should never combine it like that. Never. Okay, you will still need to say this and set the expectations, but at the Valentine's Day or whatever comes later after that promise, you will still give her another gift. This will mean more than everything because she was expecting nothing. This made the present much more valuable than whatever it was. Got it right? Easy. After a very well present, you are telling her that this is the present for a year or so, but then at the very next gifting season you give her another one. And it becomes too valuable. Expectations and surprise. Remember, surprise is the secret element here, and women love surprises. Another lifesaver tip here is, if you really struggle to find something for her or you couldn't afford it, just stick to simple things. Just a photo slide or a video slide or a presentation using your mobile or your computer. Those are completely free, but only takes just some time. And give it to her. Tell her that our memories together is the best present ever. And it will always be. Good, right? This works, believe me, and completely free. Or you really worked and even asked your friends and family to have an idea of the gift and still couldn't find anything? Get a mirror, a simple mirror. Could be heart-shaped with a note next to it saying, I tried to find the best gift, so I wanted to give you the most beautiful gift ever. She will look at the mirror and will see herself. And after reading the note, she will understand that she is the one who is the most beautiful gift. Believe me, guys, no need to buy expensive presents. It is all about how you are presenting them and how you worked on them. Put some soul in them, okay? And think and do your research. And again, keep learning. Don't stop learning. And here we are, coming to the end of the 8th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. So, keep learning, guys. Take care and good luck, and many thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. The topic was focused on learning and continuous improvement, with some life hacks, remember? All you need is keeping yourself up to date and outsmarting them by your knowledge. And don't forget the life hacks about the gifting, a heart-shaped mirror, right? And now, at this very 9th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I will talk about staying single forever or constant drama. Have you ever wondered why single women find married men more attractive? They simply think that you are an accomplished man. A man having a wife or a partner or a girlfriend gives the message of a successful life, unwillingly. If you are actually single and try to find a partner or a simple girlfriend, your chances are actually lower than a married man or a man with a girlfriend. In other words, you will be less attractive than them. This is how their way of thinking works. Same as finding a job, right? When you have a job already, it's easier to move it, because the recruiters think that you have the job because you are a successful person. This is exactly the same way of thinking for women. Have you ever realized that the amount of women increases when you have a girlfriend around you? Yeah, this is the only reason. Or the other way around, have you ever realized that how they be cautious when they find out that you are single, especially for a long time? This could even be the only deal breaker. When you are starting a conversation with someone you just met, if they ask you, how come no girlfriends? This is the moment you fell to the bottom. There is no basic answer that make you right. You'll either try not to let the conversation go to that question, or we'll have a very good answer to that. Now, I'm sure you are now expecting me to give you that, and you're right. The best answer to how come no girlfriend is, well, there are a few actually, but the best one is replying this with a question. Like, how do you know I don't have a girlfriend? Then probably she will say, oh, so you do have a girlfriend? Then you will need to say, no. Are you confused? Well, if yes, then you got it. You shouldn't give a yes or no answer. You need to use confusion. Let's say they are insisting, and then you may say something fancy like, I had many girlfriends. None of them were such a beauty like you, or such a smart person like you, or such pretty like you. But you get it, right? It is because if you say, oh, I don't know, or if you say, oh, I wasn't lucky enough, or say that you are struggling at the moment, these will be the real deal breakers. So stick with confusion if you cannot use fancy words. Anyway, back to staying single forever, constant drama. Both have ups and downs. Staying single might be the option with very much less headache, but you might feel very lonely sometimes, time to time, and we are not designed to be alone in this life, or are we? Well, some women might force you to think of staying single forever, and that goes to the other option, the constant drama. Have you ever experienced or seen or heard of a very happy marriage, or just some relationship? Believe me, if a man is defending a happy marriage, he is only lying. All the jokes you have heard about marriage, all are coming from real life experiences. They are not made up jokes. Or if you are watching some movies or series, again, all coming from real lives. There is no happy marriage. Sorry to break it, guys, and ladies, but then why are some men go for marriage? This is just very simple actually, because they think all marriages could be like that, but mine will be different. Yeah, this is the way of thinking, guys. Honestly, yours will not be different. Well, especially if you are over 30s or 40s, any woman you meet will measure you if you have a retirement plan or not. If you have the finances to look after their 5 angels, or even worse, look after their sick family, do you think finding love after 40s is possible? Definitely not. I believe that life is between 18 and 30 years old. You are dead after 40. Who cares about you? Just walk around the town. You are invisible. Nevertheless, let's focus on this topic. Marriages. Did you know, or have you heard, that some women want to get married for weddings? Yeah, so they prepare themselves for the wedding, not for the marriage. This actually started around 30 years ago, thanks to the internet and social media again. Also to the overpopulation with difficult lifestyles. All of us actually evolved into this. There is no more love, no more family, no more good in any relationship. You are either a retirement plan or not. You are either a loaded wallet or not. You are either a slave or not. You are either a supportive husband or not. Supportive means you will work and earn for them, and they will eat your money. This is supportive. And of course never will be happy for it, because there are other couples who go 5 holidays in a year, but not 4 like you. Never enough. Constant drama. The thing is, guys, I'm trying to tell what women want, but to be honest, they don't even know what they want. Firstly, oh, okay, I get it. they need and they want someone to protect them, to feed them, to take care of them. But after you did all of them, they still choose to be unhappy. They always try to find something wrong. They dig and use all of their energy to find a small needle in a haystack or one minor wrong between thousands of rights. I can hear your screams. Why or what is causing them to evolve into something like this nonsense? Now, to be honest, it is what it is. This is how they are made. So leaving you the decision, single forever or constant drama. You have the power to do the choice. And yes, it is simply your choice. I hope you took some advice and had some good time listening to me at this 9th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar. Let me say this again, that the power is yours. Don't give up. Don't give the ropes. You know what I mean. So good luck and thanks for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar, we talked about staying single forever versus constant drama. Remember, the power is yours. It is your choices, and choose wisely. And what have we said? There is no such thing as a happy marriage. And now, at this very 10th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I'm going to talk about passion and ambition with creating the balance. Yeah, apparently it was not only one of them who makes you a desirable one. Maintaining the balance is also the key element in here. I saw a lot of men getting denied by women who see the lack of ambition or the lack of passion, and also getting denied by having them too much as well. This is true. Goes to the same door, as no matter what you do, you cannot make them happy. Very true. I personally saw a friend who met with several men before getting married, and all she wanted was some ambition. All she was telling to me was he had no ambition. After denying such great candidates because of the lack of ambition, she finally ended up with a man with great ambitions. But a lot. The correct word would be overambitious guy. All he wanted was to be more successful in his life, to earn more, and he was really working a lot. No job, no pleasure, no life, but only work. This was the ambition that she went for. What happened after a year? Can you guess? They broke up and had a divorce, and she was only complaining about how ambitious he was. Can you ever imagine this nonsense? She seeked the most ambitious person for years, and after she got what she wanted, she went for a divorce. This was merely her being a spoiled girl who didn't know what she wanted in the first place. And what would have happened if she had ended up with an average man with medium ambitions? Would she have been happier? Definitely not. First of all, she would have been complaining about the lack of ambition. Let's say she overcome that, she would have tried to change the guy. Let's say she did that too. Then she wouldn't like the outcome. Can you be able to see the pattern here? The same pattern applies to many women. They cannot be happy. Or, in other words, you cannot make them happy. But then why am I talking about creating the balance between passion and ambition? And not only actually them, but creating the balance in everything? Because the balance is everything. It is the key element of success. Not only in the relationships, but also in every aspect of the life itself. You can only find your peace if you maintain the balance. And for our topic, the balance is maybe the best element for winning. Remember, not so nice, not so mean, not so good, not so bad. And once you learn maintaining the balance, you will win in this life. Yeah, that's right. Not only relationships, but in life. Well, back to passion and ambition. We haven't talked much about passion, but do you guys honestly think that love is real? Do you think marriages are based on love or passion? And passion. It is sometimes teaming up against the life together when the couples are smart, which I appreciate that, but without love and passion. The only passion is maybe some physical passion, you know what I mean, and you also know what I actually mean, which is there is no such thing as love. In other words, love does not exist. It is actually a hormone in the brain containing basic animal instincts and the urge of owning something. Combined with ambition, there comes the passion or love, which is merely a chemical in the brain, technically. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy. All I am trying to say is, just do not carry away a lot. It doesn't worth it. That song, No Women No Cry, couldn't be wrong, alright? Besides, women don't like men who could carry away easily, so stay cool and stay strong. Speaking of hormones, let me say something that I don't remember where I have heard it before, but it is very true. It was something like, the world is ruled by women, and the women are ruled by their hormones. So true, isn't it? They actually can decide based on how they feel at the moment, all coming from their hormones. Another element which comes from the brain, from the core memories, which is subconscious. So, what role does this subconscious play in relationships and in women? An example for you. Have you ever seen someone or felt connected as soon as possible, or you liked them as soon as you saw them? This is all from your subconscious. This is because you met a woman like that when you were very small and your brain took her into your subconscious as a very good woman. So that's why years later, when you saw someone who looked like her, you suddenly felt that you have already known her and felt very positive. This is all coming from subconscious. There is no other mystical element, alright? I mean, you haven't met with her in another life, or your souls were not mates in heaven. It is simply because subconscious. Another good point to mention here is, if you have too much confidence or overconfidence and too much ambition, just slow down. Like the example I gave you guys, too much of these could end up in something not desirable. Have you heard about the new trend recently, which is called the Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and a happy life? I'm sure it rings some bell, as it is very trending at the moment. But who wouldn't have such long life if they were living in a place without stress and eating organic all the way, same as this topic? Stop going for quantity, but go for quality. Would you want to live more than 100 years like a cow, or live around 70 like a real man? Same in relationships, guys. Search for quality instead of quantity. Believe me, it is the quality that makes you happy. Well, I'm hoping I was able to express myself and made it clear. Don't forget, guys, it doesn't worth it. And yes, at this last seconds of the 10th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, I'm thanking you again and wishing you very good luck. Thank you all for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. Passion and ambition. But maintaining the balance. And also hormones. Remember, women are controlled by their hormones. And the subconscious, right? Don't forget, it is only your subconscious that makes you feel positive about someone when you first saw them. It is not something else. And at this very 11th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar, we will talk about something that every woman wants, which is money. It is really all about the money. Or is it? As you know me, guys, I only speak from experience. Do you remember what I said before? You are a retirement plan or not. It is actually all about the money. Women start realizing the world much earlier than men, and they start worshipping money, starting from 7 years old until the moment they pass away. It starts very early. As soon as they realize how powerful money can be at early ages, they start evolving. And this evolution becomes worshipping. Now, in 2025, even a small girl says that she will marry with a rich man. This starts very early, and some of them start accusing their families by not being rich. They stop looking for good values, honesty, compassion, kindness, loyalty. No, they mean nothing to them. This goes until they are legally aged to be responsible for their actions, and they feel they immediately need someone to look after them, because they know that they need to stand on their foot now, and there won't be a father to support her anymore. Or in some other countries, this may happen at an early or maybe later stage. We are not talking about minorities, we are talking about general stuff, okay? Because if I focus on 1 in 100, we can't go anywhere. Well, what I was trying to say is, girls or women like to be in their comfort zone. To do that, they know that they need someone to look after them. Being a strong woman, or a self-sufficient woman, or what they say, an independent woman, is difficult for them. Even though they say that they are independent, they are only independent when there is a man covering their expenses. There is always either a supportive husband who pays or an ex-husband who still pays. Well, there is no woman in this life who started from scratch all by herself and became successful without needing someone to support them. Now, it starts from their father, goes on with their family and sometimes friends, and then carries on with her partner or husband, and again keeps going on with ex-partner or ex-husband. There is always a financial backup for women from early ages until their time comes. Always. Anyway, I was talking about their comfort zone, right? So, if a woman finds her comfort zone, I mean financially comfortable, and if she is smart, she stays with her partner or husband, and usually makes babies to secure this comfort zone, to secure her husband to stay in his job, or to secure the balance not to be touched or changed. Yeah. And if she's smart, yeah. Otherwise, they usually become single moms. They turn into gold diggers, time wasters, money wasters, and food wasters. They have already wasted lives, and they become more desperate. The funny thing is, some of them still believe that they would find a rich millionaire guy who would be happy to take care of her with her 5 or 6 angels from several men. They really believe that. Remember the joke here? If you were a millionaire guy, Would you go and buy a very good new car, or go to a junkyard to find fifth-hand problematic car? This is it. Nevertheless, as I said before, if the woman is smart, they are the only ones that could keep their comfort zones. I respect them, as they were lucky. Because if they start causing problems and risking their financial comfort zones, sorry, but then I would say you deserved it. Yeah. You must have seen on friend groups or social media or around that there are now lots of women who are creating their own businesses, such as being yoga teachers, artists, book writers, lots of different hobbies. But now it's trending, the digital creators, all of them in total. Do you know how they are running their businesses? How they keep doing their hobbies? They all do that because there is a man who has a real job that covers their expenses. Simply yet true. There is no other answer to this. A husband or a partner that pays, that's it. So they can do their yoga teaching or painting and mostly digital creating, whatever it is. So, when they tell you about their profession, you can understand that there is a man behind who works and earns for them. Yet, as I said, if they keep this sustained, I respect them. Otherwise, I would say you deserved it. And who are they that I have been saying that you deserved it? They are usually the single moms who failed their relationships, who failed to keep the family together, who failed to understand the term of being a family. If they have a child, they usually get support from the government, with also getting paid by their ex-husbands. And if they don't have any children, they usually go back to their families, or if their parents are rich, they pay for their rent or expenses so they live by their own. You should be noticing them. A lady who starts at uni as a student in their 40s or 50s, or another one starting a strange hobby, another one goes on dates seeking gold. They honestly don't want to work, which starts from a young age until they are too old to work, because there's always someone who pays for her expenses. Why would they go to work? Why would they? And if they're coming from an average family, they usually go to school and educate themselves, which also should be respected. But if they don't, they become the gold digger single moms who are on several dating apps all the year, probably on the lowest graded jobs, and all they could say as a hobby would be traveling, as they cannot think of anything else. They can't even spell a long word in a right way or write it. But if you ask them, they will say they want to explore the world. Yeah. Oh, was it too much? Oh no. I'm only telling what it is around. I'm not giving false information. I'm not being delusional, or I'm not making them up. This is all real. Go outside and analyze them. You will agree with me in no time. Speaking of going outside, I have witnessed a conversation. Some women were talking and one of them were saying, I have 3 active sugar daddies at the moment. Not joking, this is what I have heard. 3 active sugar daddies. Oh dear ladies, if you don't respect yourselves, nobody will ever respect you. I would rather die, honestly. Why are you trying to be dependent and needy? Respect yourselves. Aren't you the ones that ask for the equality? I mean the gender equality. Then why sugar daddies? This is disgusting. And what do you do with the money from them? Huh? A new pair of shoes? Now stop there and think. Did it worth it? Huh? For a pair of shoes? Another one I would like to share here again. I witnessed a fun conversation between women. One of them was showing a picture from her phone and then said, "No, this is not my daddy, this is my father." Oh my gosh, painful, right? Especially if you're a father. This is true, not making them up. When it is about money, they become limitless. Isn't there a website, which I'm not going to share its name, where women create a profile and show their body parts and men subscribe to them and pay money to see more of her pictures? This website is the proof that women have no problem being objectified as long as they get paid for it. Drop the mic because this is it. I sometimes wonder, what would women worship if there were no money in the world, or what they used to worship before money was founded? Did they ask for power then? Or what? Position? Class? I think so. It all ends up in having the comfort zone. Guys, seriously, if you can provide them the comfort zone, this is what women really want. Because comfort zone is the best and only answer for this whole podcast of what women want. I hope we are still good after what I have said. Sorry if it was harsh, but I only spoke the truth. Then, let me finish this 11th episode of What Women Want by Burak Cinar by saying that I hope you all find what you want, guys and girls. Just respect yourselves. Don't forget that you are all human and you all deserve to be good. Thank you all for listening. Previously on What Women Want by Burak Cinar. At the last episode, I gave the only and the single and the basic answer of what women want. If you missed it, please go back to the episode 11 because the true answer was there. Other than that, we talked about how women worship money starting from their early years. And now you must be wondering if the answer was finally given at the last episode. What will it be in this 12th episode? I will give you the best advices ever, more life hacks and more techniques. Not only that, the main topic of this episode will be about having the power. So, shall I tell you something, guys? As a life hack and as a technique or whatever you say. Something very basic. If women like you, you will know. If they don't, you will be confused. It is actually all you need to know. Like I said before, they will only reply back or wait you to continue talking, only if they are interested. Seriously, going through that needs too much work, and don't push for it. If they are not interested in you, just move on, alright? And the power. This is the second element of the comfort zone, or financially comforted zone. Power and confidence is everything. Women look for a strong man. In here, physically being strong could also be an asset. Women love physically strong men and tall, very tall. And the looks as well. The looks is much more important than you think. If you do not possess these physical strengths, your strength should be power. If you also have power over money and you show a very confident personality, I'm sure no woman would object that you won in this life. Yes, you can still have girlfriends without power but with money, but I'm telling you about having both of them. Power in everywhere, in everything, ruling and leading. And if you are good with money, there is no woman that can resist you. The funny thing about this is, men like that are 1 in 1,000 or even less, and they are all taken anyway. Same goes with successful women, all taken anyway, taken by lucky and smart people, not by stupid gold diggers. And they usually match with each other. No men or no women go to the garbage and find themselves a stinky rotten rubbish bag. There can only be some exceptions where rich men find themselves a really nice looking girl with good intentions. They may meet with a girl who is working really hard but also good looking, have a pure heart. Men actually like getting a real girl like that and save her life. This is chivalry, maybe. But do you think the opposite is ever possible? I mean, a very successful woman is going and finding herself a very good looking man with good intentions, hardworking, maybe in a store at the lowest level, and taking him as a partner? Never. No woman would ever do such thing like that. If women pick someone, they always go for the better tier. This is again could be related with chivalry, which is not possessed by any woman. But men are not like that. Some men seek purity over anything, and when men have the power, they usually become the knights or the defenders. Speaking of normal men, but when women have the power, first of all, it might be the power coming from her family or from her partner already. Anyway, women use this power to control others or uses it for competition. Men use power for an easy life. Women use it to make it harder because it's never enough. Speaking of men and women here, long story short, guys, have power and never lose it. Never give your life's ropes to a woman. Never let them have the control, especially over your life. Never let women control the finances. Their action is based on their emotions. Do not let them destroy what you have worked for. And don't forget, the emotions are coming from the hormones, right? Well, I wish to end my podcast here and really want to thank you all for listening. Please, especially ladies, do not hate me. I'm only telling the truth, speaking from experience, not making anything up. And guys, do not forget the basics, the life hacks, the tips and the techniques that I have given to you over the previous episodes. Stay away from gold diggers and do not swipe right every woman, so don't let them feel like they can get whoever they want, like doing shopping, right? And be careful of the time wasters, money wasters, food wasters, and more importantly, life wasters. I told you how to identify them, right? So go back and listen. Plus, remember the 6 figures. Remember, you could say you are 6.3 foot when you jump, or have 6-figure salary but in 2 or 3 years, and have 6-pack but very well hidden. And keep yourself busy with continuous learning and have good communication skills. Never stop learning. And choose your destiny wisely. Do you want to stay single forever without headache or get exposed by the constant drama in your life? Remember, maintaining the balance in everything, but especially passion and ambition in the relationships. And the power of the money. And the last one, the only answer to the what women want. Remember, it is the comfort zone. I'm telling you again, women want comfort zone. This is all. Good luck and thanks for listening.